I see a black man and one man, I think of strength, black empowerment we have within, building community development. Let's continue to build our own. Let's continue to stay strong. Motivation, no matter the hate, no stopping. You just go. Listen up to Quan, John, and Queen P for giving us a voice. Speak up for what's yours and yell and make that noise. We are kings and we are queens. Melanated royalty, just getting started. Loving self, self and knowledge. Stack that wealth. Motivational motives, y'all.
Booyah, back at you, Motivational Motives, where we have interesting discussions with Black people who've overcome adversity en route to prosperity. Got your boy, Quan John, and Miss Portia Mystique. What up, what up? What's going on, sweetie? Yeah, so we here to, let y'all know about the extravaganza that's going on, taking place on June 19th, 2021 via Zoom. It's called the Emancipation Movement. I'm sorry because I'm so excited, Portia. I'm so excited. I can't even get the words out right now.
Hey,
the Emancipation Movement, rising above the shackles, hosted, created by Miss Portia Mystique. You know what I'm saying, Portia? Yo, we here. It's all about Portia Mystique today and her creation. This is her baby. This is what she's been working on for quite some time now, and I'm just so grateful to be part of it. You know what I'm saying, Portia? So let me ask you a question. Okay. What was the day, the hour, the second that you said to yourself, the Emancipation Movement has to take place, and I have to be the one to create that? You know what I'm saying? When did that happen?
Ooh. Okay, honestly, when I first realized that I'm done talking and it's time to take action, now, I think that would have been late 2018.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this has been brewing in your head for like 2.5 years.
Yes. Because I think I've always, even when I was younger, I always knew that I had to do something about our people, not even just the injustices that I've experienced, but so much that was wrong with the way we think and the way we act and the way we move and what we know and what we don't know. And I see my parents struggle through that. And so even when I was like 15, 16, I remember having conversations with my mom and my dad talking about like, well, why don't we just do this? Or why don't we just do that? And then by the time I reached adulthood, it was really conversations with my mom where it took off. And she was like really instilling that leader. She was helping me cultivate my leadership skills, and she would tell me that she knew that I would always be able to do whatever I set my mind to, and she had a vision about me being that person, being somebody that put something together. And so hearing her tell me that this is what she's always envisioned for me, I was like, Dad, I'm not letting my mom down. Like,
That's right.
This is what I'm going to do. And if she knows this is what I'm about, then it's got to be real. And I'm just going to continue to follow whatever path God put me on. And I'm just going to continue to obey and do what I'm told. And it led me here.
1863. The year they told us we got our freedom. Since then, we've been demanding to be heard. And in turn, they said, shop at Black businesses, celebrate your identity in February, and wait over 400 years for the illusion of reparations. In the meantime, ruin your families, destroy your minds, shorten your life expectancy, remain uneducated, continue to create generations that'll be on welfare, never aspire for greatness, and remain a race of followers, because this is who you are and this is who you'll ever be. This is what they say. Your beloved reparations is a handout from the same institutions that cleverly and systematically designed your demise. And here we are trotting along the path that they drew for us. 1863 was when we traded one pair of shackles for another. But June 19th, 2021 will be the day when we rise above them. 2021 is the year we begin our emancipation. This generation will be the generation who brought true freedom for those yet to come. You see, we've sat and complained for centuries. We've competed with, fought against, and killed each other for decades, and yet we blame the oppressors. We march, we protest, we shout and record, all to no avail. We've seen action fizzle into inaction, yet we preach to one another about plight. But what have you done? What action have you made that has turned into change? What are you willing to do, not for yourself, but for your people? I've contemplated these questions for years on end. I've searched through books, journals, archives. I discussed with my fellow brothers and sisters, and through them, and through the minds and motions of our ancestors, the answer was plain as day. You ask and you answer. Our collective knowledge is enough to fulfill the lives of each of us. Our compiled bank of information could liberate us all, yet we hold personal accounts and never share the wealth. We harbor knowledge like it's some sort of secret that mustn't be told, yet every other race is born with this knowledge. They're born knowing how to succeed because their knowledge is passed down and passed around. But we sit here and hide the secret to whatever success we manage to get. But somehow we expect Black people to rise. How? When we absentmindedly stunt the growth of every Black person we come across. No more, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done being a part of the problem. I'm done complaining that we can't succeed, but bury my own secret to my success. I'm done being afraid to ask questions and pass those answers to someone else. I'm done. My name is Portia Mystique Steele. I am the founder of the Emancipation Movement, and I pledge to be a resource for my people. I pledge to create a safe space to ask and be asked questions that will lead to the betterment of the individual asking and eventually the betterment of our people. I pledge to reach out and lift every brother and sister that comes my way, and I pledge to do so for the rest of my life. I'm asking you all to take this pledge with me. On Saturday, June 19th, from 1 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, me, along with 8 others who have also taken the pledge, will hold a free discussion via Zoom to begin creating that space. Throughout, we will be investing tangible resources to those who took the pledge and attend. Of course, we'll have a bit of fun with raffle prizes along the way, but everyone is encouraged to join in on the discussion as we cover important aspects of Black life and how we can help each other succeed in those areas. If you truly want us to thrive, if you want our people to thrive, join us in taking the pledge and being part of the generation that ushered our true emancipation. Because we're done complaining. We're done talking about it. We're going to be about it. So join us.
Now, how did you develop the title? Because the title is telling: the Emancipation Movement Rising Above the Shackles. Because when I think about the emancipation means freedom, right? It means to be emancipated, to be let go, free to spread your wings. You understand? That's what I think of. So how did you come up with this title, and what does it mean to you?
Actually, I didn't come up with the title. My husband did. It was James who came up with it because we actually started planning the event and we were just calling it the Juneteenth Zoom event. Like, that's literally what we were calling it. And so 2 months ago, I finally sat down with my husband and I was like, okay, we keep talking about it, but let's just sit down and think about it. And he was like staring, he's on the couch staring like this. And I'm like, baby, I don't know what to call it. Like, what do I do? I don't know what to call it. He puts his head back and he's just staring up at the ceiling and he's quiet for 5 minutes. He doesn't say anything. And I'm thinking he probably zoned out. He's elsewhere. And then he looks at me. He's like, the Emancipation Movement. And I was like, oh my God, that sounds amazing. Right. And I'm like, and I just kept repeating it. I was like, the Emancipation Movement, the Emancipation Movement. And then he was like, Rising Above the Shackles. And I was like, see, that's why I married you. Like,
perfect.
So he came up with it, and I asked him to kind of explain it to me. And he was like, you need to stop calling it an event, because that's not what it is. Sure, the Zoom thing will kind of kick it off, but what you're talking about doing, what you feel like the people need, is an actual movement. So he said, you need to call it the Emancipation Movement. And then he was like, he went on to talk about rising above the shackles. And he was like, because that's what it is. To be emancipated means that you had to have been shackled beforehand. In order to be free from something, that meant you had to be trapped first, right?
That's right.
That's where that came from. And I jumped on him on the couch and I kissed him and repeatedly. And I was like, you're a genius. So that's where it came from. And it resonated with me. It really sunk in. And throughout the whole day, I felt like I was on the verge of tears because I was so happy. And I was like, that's it. That's one of those moments when you know it's just right. It just fits.
Right.
And, that was one of the things that just fit. That's what it is. And I love that he was able to capture that in 6 words.
And I agree with the term movement, because when you think about an event could be a one-time thing.
Exactly.
A movement is continuous.
Mm-hmm.
Continuous. You know what I'm saying? A movement don't have, like the earth
is always moving. Mm-hmm.
Always. You know what I'm saying? And King James, well put. That title is telling, because when you said it to me, the Emancipation Movement, I said, Joe, you know what I mean? Before you even asked me to be part of it, I said, I hope she asked me, because I got to be part of it. I mean, if you didn't want me to be a speaker, I'm like, well, can I be a moderator or something? Because I got to be part of this right here. I'm serious, man. Rising above the shackles. I mean, because a lot, especially the younger generation, they do not know what our ancestors have endured. You know what I'm saying? They walk around here, think that they're looking the gift horse in the mouth. Let's say that, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They understand that at one point in time, your great-great-grandmother, it was against the law for her to read. Okay. Right. And if they caught her reading, she was going to get her ass beat. You understand? Mm-hmm. That's how much they did not want you to be edified or educated, that they would try to torture you. You know what I mean? For you to abstain from reading. Yeah. So our younger generation, I think this is definitely an event that you should be part of. I'm not saying that you should be part of it because Quan Jean just know what he's talking about, which he does, but I think you should be part of this because you're going to come in contact with people that are a little bit older than you, not too much older than you, but that have been around the block a few times, and people that can serve as resources to you. You know what I'm saying? And you might need somebody to ask a question that, someone in your circle doesn't know the answer to.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
For real. So with that being said, let us know give me the rundown. Who are the speakers at the event? Let me know the facets of what they're speaking about. Let us know the rundown.
So essentially, the Emancipation Movement is a movement that strives to bring the Black community together. We always say that people always call us a Black community, but honestly, we haven't been a community in centuries.
We're not a community.
We're not
at all.
We just happen to be the same color.
Right.
So, but it's about bringing everybody together. Like you just said that, there may be something that people in your circle don't know. But the whole point is to broaden that circle. The circle doesn't just have to be 4 or 5 people and you're trying to ask them information. It's not possible for only 4 or 5 people to know everything that you need to know. So the Emancipation Movement is about bringing everybody together and to have a safe space to ask and be asked questions.
Right.
Okay, so that's the movement itself. But the Zoom event is essentially the kickoff for the movement. Okay. And so during this free Zoom event, we're going to have 8 ambassadors of 8 aspects of Black life talking about those aspects and how they correlate to Black people and the issues we have in them, and how we need to overcome certain issues. It's kind of ridiculous to try to boil down Black life into 8 aspects. I realize that, but I do think there are 8 areas where we struggle with the most.
That's right. Those are the essentials. I can agree with that.
The essentials. So you have education, career development, leadership, financial literacy, mental wellness, physical wellness, family, and dream chasing, or the pursuit of dreams. So those are the 8 aspects of Black life that many of us mess up. We kind of screw that up because of what we weren't taught and what we were taught in school, like the whitewash forms of those lives that didn't really apply to us. The things we were taught in school, they don't really apply to us because those books weren't written for us or by us.
Right.
So it's kind of up to us to educate each other on that. But how can we educate each other when we spend so much time hoarding information? Like, people will come up and leave the hood, like, bye, and they won't throw the rope back. And essentially what that means is to share that knowledge. I'm not saying like I'm going to give you my business. I'm not going to give my business away for free. No, I'm not going to do that.
Right.
But I can give you information to help you start your own everything.
That's right.
And that's what it's about. And I realized that that's what it needed to be, because I've just had basic conversations with people, like simple conversations. And from those conversations, I am now a better person. I'm more financially stable. I'm a better wife, all because of conversations I've had with people, and they were giving me free information or free investments. So those tidbits, those pieces of investments were instilled in me. And now I'm happy. I feel more fulfilled. I have a long way to go and I have plenty of flaws. I'm not saying we need to be perfect, but I feel like I'm on the right path simply because of conversations I had with people. So the Emancipation movement will take those aspects, and we'll have experts or ambassadors for each of those aspects. And they're just going to give us a little bit of knowledge. And after each person speaks, we're going to be handing up, not handing out, but handing up tangible investments. For people to take home with you and use that to build whatever it is you need to build. So if you need to build a better mindset, a better emotional foundation, we're going to give you the necessary tools to do that. If you need to actually build a business, like you need help building a business, we got you. We're going to give you investments to do that. Then of course we're going to have raffles. And we'll be giving away gift cards and all this other fun stuff. So it's going to be dope. But
it's going to be dope.
It's going to be dope. It's going to be real dope. We're going to have music and fun. And I feel like it's going to be really amazing.